I am Geronimo Lopez. I am the chef owner at Botika in San Antonio, Texas. Thankful is such an extraordinary event. First of all, because of all the services that family services provide for the community, but also because it brings together some of the best people in San Antonio with some of the best food that we do in the city in one event. I think San Antonio is a great city where you can examine the melting pot that makes this country such a great place. You know, we have the Latin influence, we have the Asian influence, we have the German influence, obviously the North American influence. There's so much culinary tradition and heritage in the town that you can actually go throw a stone anywhere and you'll find a great spot to eat. I think the fact that we have a leadership that is working to bring the community together, not only from the point of view of gastronomy, but also from the point of view of getting the city with public spaces, programs that serve the community, from the food bank of San Antonio to family services that is doing so much to bring the communities together from the east side to the west side to the south side so that everybody is integrated and the city is more equitable for everyone. Gastronomy to me is a way of understanding a culture. Gastronomy brings together different types of expression of culture into what we eat, and from what we eat, you can understand what generates not only a group of people, but a community altogether. I think it's important that everybody has access to great food. I think it's important that everybody has access to the different types of cuisines and the different types of cultures that makes a city an extraordinary city. Gastronomy should be for everyone, and good food and sustainable food should be accessible for everyone. For me, that designation means that San Antonio is being recognized among the cities that are leaders around the world in showing what gastronomy is, what a melting pot of cultures means, and how we can bring those cultures together to elevate a city. Sustainability is a core part of gastronomy and a core part of a community, because without sustainability, without us knowing where our food is coming from, what are we locally producing, and how we can support the local producers, then we as chefs are not doing a complete job of bringing a culture together. Our local food system is comprised by many things, not only because of the geographical situation that we have, being so close to Mexico, which is such a big producer, and all the little farms and little producers from cattle to poultry to porcine products that we have all around San Antonio, and all the people that actually consume these products. And the more we can put those products out there, and the more people understand that those little producers are what the network that we need to feed, that's what's going to make our local system grow. As I said before, food is a way for us to understand a culture. So the more you love the food, the more you eat different types of food, the more you understand where that food comes from. That's a way to tell a story, to tell where you come from, and also to show everybody else what you are. You know, so preserving heritage in the most African sense of way is just telling stories. And the way that we do it is telling our story through the way that we cook. Botica is a very personal project. You know, I grew up in Caracas, that is a very multicultural, cosmopolitan city. And I always tell the story that meanwhile I was learning how to cook European food, that was all the rage at the time. When we got off the kitchen, we went to eat at the Chinese restaurants. We went to eat at the Peruvian restaurants that were open late, that had cheap and fantastic food and cold beer. So us cooks, we learned these flavors. Meanwhile, we were trying to learn other flavors taught by our chefs. So after a while, after traveling and experiencing these cultures in person, I realized that these flavor profiles and these cultures were my culture. And you know, the ingredients were my ingredients, and they talked more to me, to the person that I was, than the other more European influences that I had as a cook. So I wanted to bring forward the colors, the textures, and the flavors that I had learned as a young chef.